What's up, world? You know what I'm saying? I'm here chilling, you know what I'm saying? Man, my testimony, man, is way out there, man. All the way to the end, daddy. Hey, I'm talking about it's all the way to the end. God, dog, man. My boy got cancer, man, and they went through the surgeries and everything, and you know what I'm saying. He doing fine. You know what I'm saying. So, you know, God blessing him and everything, and I'm here to help him. You know what I'm saying. All I can. You know what I'm saying. And it's a trip because this is the first time God ever been God. And God is a servant, you know what I'm saying? And I'm here to serve my boy, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to serve my boy, you know what I'm saying? Anything he need, I need to do for him like a king, you know what I'm saying? Cause he the one got cancer. He got infirmities. You know what I'm saying? Give strong drink to those who are perishing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then, the Bible, talks a lot about a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people talk about liquor and drinking strong drink and being a drunkard, you know what I'm saying? All they know is the Bible talk about those people ain't gonna make it to the kingdom of God or make it to the kingdom of heaven. You're a damn lie. Them people gonna make it, but the people who judging and accusing them ain't. You know what I'm saying? The people who judge and accuse people who smoke and drink gonna go to hell before the people who smoke and drink go to hell. Because all smoking and drinking do is get you in the spirit of God. And I swear to God, that's the truth. That's just the whole thing about it. The reason it's against the law is because of it being, you know what I'm saying, something that gets you in contact with God. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the years, we got 2024 years, you know what I'm saying? And to prove it to you, you know what I'm saying? Adam lived 930 years. And then he died. Same way Jesus died. You know what I'm saying? The preachers don't put that in no book though. You know what I'm saying? They don't put that in no book. They don't want to put in there that they killed Adam too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they don't want you to know that. You know what I'm saying? But they killed Adam too. Threw his book in the sea. You know what I'm saying? They did the same shit they did to Jesus, they did to Adam. And then Adam was born again after the 930 years. He was born again as Jesus. And then, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? God sent him back. And then when he came back, they said, look, there's the heir. Let us seize him and kill him and steal his inheritance. You know what I'm saying? So Jesus didn't make it but 33 years as Adam. You know what I'm saying? The reason Jesus, didn't make it 3 years was because just like Adam now, Jesus was on their ass. You know what I'm saying? Jesus was calling them vipers and snakes and this and that there, brood vipers and snakes. Told them they was blind. You know what I'm saying? And told them they didn't know God. Jesus used to knock over the offering plate and turn over the tables in the synagogue and in the marketplaces. In the old Bible, it used to talk about, where Jesus knocked over tables in the marketplace. In the marketplace, police was called on him. That was in the Bible, but they took it out. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to keep buying and selling and buying and selling and buying and selling. The reason they want to keep buying and selling is because if God give everybody everything, then ain't no man gonna want to work. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no man or a woman gonna want to go to work if they got everything they need. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. That's why we got money, and it's the mark of the beast, yeah. It's of the devil, yeah. But we need it to get people to go to work. Don't nobody want to work for God and God give us everything and then we just working for God. Don't nobody want to work for God. Everybody want to say God is not man and woman and child, and God is not this. And God is love. And we make love. And the loves we make are the children of God. And if that ain't God, then I ain't got nothing. I'll give up, man, and let y'all open up church and do church as normal. If I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna even say that. God forgive me for even thinking it. Because I don't want YouTube to give me no strike. But God kicked people out of church other than the coronavirus, the whatever, the coronavirus, you know what I'm saying? God forgive me for even mentioning it. I just say God didn't mention it. But what I'm trying to say is the virus wasn't the reason we was kicked out of church. We was kicked out of church because they was messing over Adam Jackson with the money from they movies that they making off him, and all the bosses and stuff that turned against him that supposed to love him, but then turned against him with an evil ex-wife, turned into a witch. You know what I'm saying? All that shit, man. That's why I say, man, you know what I'm saying? Church used to be something good, but it ain't no more. It used to be something good. I'm going to tell you that. It used to be something good. It used to help communities and stuff. But now they don't. You know what I'm saying? They a hindrance because now they want to force y'all to work. You know what I'm saying? They want to force y'all to work. You know what I'm saying? That's all T.D. Jackson them worried about. Because they got $18 million. What, if he got $18 million, why would he worry about you and me? Why would he even worry about you and me if he got $18 million? Think about it. And if you don't want to lose your $18 million, because the Bible say the first going to become last, and the last going to become first. And that's so true. Because the wealth of the wicked, the wealth of T.D. Jackson, Dow Chemical, and Phillips 66, and JV, and all them companies, and all them major corporations, Dow Jones Average, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? The wealth of the wicked has been laid up for the just, Adam Jackson. And Adam gonna do it right. I don't know how I'm gonna pay y'all, but I'm gonna give everybody their equal inheritance from Adam. That was the first man that's made in our image, God. Now the rest of it, I'm gonna keep all these secrets to myself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell y'all what I really know. You know what I'm saying? I know a whole bunch too much more than this. 33 years is really too long for me. You know what I'm saying? Because the first day I be done told y'all everything I need to tell you in these next 33 years. You know what I'm saying? TJs, don't try to use 33 years on none of your goddamn shit. You know what I'm saying? Sit up there talking about 33 years on something about you. Man, it ain't got shit to do with you. 33 years belong to Adam. And that's how many times he been here. 59 goddamn times. And I'll be 59 January 1st. You kill me before then, you win, motherfucker. But if you don't kill me before then, I win, motherfucker. God win, motherfucker. And I will not let you find me. Devil, Satan. Now, chairman of mental health. And what am I? A mental patient. Why? Cause of who? You, nigga. Now, lying saying I'm a mental patient. You know goddamn well I ain't mentally ill, motherfucker. God, bitch ass nigga. And you just helped me to be God. All them dogs barking now. You know what I'm saying? Cause goddamn they know God here. Shit. That's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? God here now. And I swear to God, I ain't gonna do nobody wrong. I'm gonna do it all in love. No hate. No devious shit. TDJ Sam, let me tell you a story about that. TDJ talking about them devious. You know, cause I had this one incident, you know what I'm saying, in the army, you know. I had a couple of incidents, you know what I'm saying, where somebody was messing over me and I had to get them off me. God always taught me how to write letters to people. God forgive me, but I even wrote a letter to my grandmother and told her how bad she was treating me one time, and then I act like I was running away and fell asleep up under some covers at about 5 years old, you know, and then I woke up, my grandmother was crying in the bathroom, man, because I had ran away and wrote her that letter that I had been mistreated, you know what I'm saying? And man, I feel so bad. She gave me $13. She said, it's $13 in my pouch. You know, she had a coin purse. And she says $13 in that coin purse in the bathroom closet. You could have it, you know what I'm saying? But she was crying, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even say, you know, I'm sorry that I wrote the letter, you know what I'm saying? God forgive me, mama dear, I'm sorry that I wrote that letter. But then, you know, when I had to get people off me, I had to write letters. Because I was in the army, you know what I'm saying? And in the army, you know what I'm saying, it's all about paperwork and it's government officials and, you know, sergeants and shit like that. So you military. And we was in the field one time, you know what I'm saying, and this dude named anyway, Sergeant Harris. I gotta start with Sergeant Harris. Sergeant Harris, you know, he was a cool dude, you know what I'm saying, but then he had his ways about him, you know what I'm saying. So we was walking to the motor pool one day, me and Salisbury, you know what I'm saying, and then Sergeant Harris, you know what I'm saying, said something to us, and Salisbury said something to Sergeant Harris that was funny. And then, but it was disrespectful to an NCO. You know what I'm saying? And Sergeant Harris got mad and I laughed. You know what I'm saying? So Sergeant Harris was gonna get me and Salisbury busted from Spec 4 to PFC. Cause you know you got private, then you got private E2, then you got spec 4, then you got sergeant. You know what I'm saying? And I was spec 4 corporal. You know what I'm saying? I was a corporal because I was over the motor pool. You know what I'm saying? I was over all the fuel. All the fuel was in Adam Jackson's name. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God, all the fuel was in Adam Jackson's name. I don't care if you was the biggest general in the world. You couldn't take the fuel away from me. You know what I'm saying? You know, well, you probably could have if you was a general or something. You could have got me, you know. But then I had all the fuel, you know what I'm saying? I was in charge of the fuel. And so after Sergeant Harris was trying to bust me in Salisbury, one day we was in the motor pool, you know what I'm saying? He had wrote us up, you know what I'm saying? And then we went and sit in a meeting with him, and he said he was going to bust us, and he was taking the first sergeant and all that shit. And we wouldn't sign it, you know what I'm saying? So he had it in the motor pool. So that same goddamn day, I swear to God, I swear, well, it wasn't the same day. It was the next day. The next day. Because the day he wrote me and Salisbury up and had us to sit in the office with him was the day we laughed at him. So the next day I was on QC. And when I was on QC, I was asleep. And I was dreaming. And all of a sudden, Sergeant Harris, you know what I'm saying, was standing in front of this deuce and a half. You know what I'm saying? Well, he was standing on the side. And one of his soldiers, one of my friends, because we was all in the same platoon and squad and shit. And Sergeant Harris, you know what I'm saying, was standing to the side. And then this other dude, one of the dudes, I forgot his name. I wish I knew his name, but he cranked the truck up, and it was a deuce and a half. And a deuce and a half and a 5-ton before we changed them out. That was the year that we changed them out. But we didn't change out all of them. We still had some 5 tons and deuce and a halves, you know what I'm saying, that was old. And the old ones didn't, you know, have real neutral. So they was all standard, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, when you crank them up, you had to have it in neutral. You did have a neutral, but you had to have it in neutral to crank it up. So when you crank it up, I mean, you didn't have to have it in neutral to crank it up. That was the problem. You didn't have to have it in neutral to crank it up. So, you know, you could have it in first gear and crank it up, but it's going to roll. It's going to take off and go. You know what I'm saying? So it was a dude cranking up the vehicle, but he didn't put it in neutral. And it was like I was on QC sleep, dreaming, and I saw him. And I was trying to run to tell him, don't, you know, crank it up. And he cranked it up anyway. And then I was standing right there trying to tell him, but I was in a dream and I couldn't wake up. And I was trying to tell him, you know, don't crank it up. But he cranked it up anyway. And when it took off, Sergeant Harris tried to run in the front of the truck. He tried to run and get in the door and get in the door. He was just going to run normally, get in the door, and cut the truck off. You know what I'm saying? But he got hung up because it ran into the garage. And the garage was made just enough for having like 1 foot on both sides to go through it. And then it smushed Sergeant Harris like a loaf of bread, like a piece of bread. It folded him in half, and he was folded in half, you know what I'm saying? he was folded in half, and he threw up, blood, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? God forgive me, you know what I'm saying? But he died, you know what I'm saying? So when he died, you know what I'm saying? So Salisbury came to me and woke me up, and when he woke me up, I exactly knew what was going on because God gave me the dream before Salisbury came up there. So when Salisbury came and told me about it, I said, "Man, I just had that dream." So so we ran to the motor pool because Salisbury said, if Sean Harris just got ran over by a deuce and a half, you better come and tear up your statement Sean Harris wrote against us. So we had to go tear up them statements so we wouldn't get busted from E4 to E3. Because Sean Harris had wrote us up, and I don't know, we probably wouldn't have got in trouble for no bullshit like that. But then Madlock and them was going to try to turn us in because they was in the meeting, and we had to sign the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So Madlock, him and Sergeant Harris Al, and Sergeant Noble, you know what I'm saying, was hanging out in there, you know what I'm saying? But I was the clerk. I was the corporal. You know what I'm saying? They was sergeants. They was bigger than me, but they couldn't tell me shit. Cause I was the clerk. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that had all the fuel and all that shit. I was in charge of all that shit. So we went to the field, you know what I'm saying? And then we went to the field. And before we went to the field, let me tell you, before we went to the field, you know what I'm saying, after Sergeant Harris got killed, then Madlock, would come to the motor pool and tell me to run the squad. You know what I'm saying? Sergeant Harris was dead. So they left the squad to Madlock. But it was really supposed to be me. But then he was E4 promotable and I was E4 regular, but my regular and me being the clerk outweighed his, E4P promotable, you know what I'm saying? I really outweighed him, really. Anybody look at it, he couldn't tell me shit, you know what I'm saying? But then he was the promotable, so they put him in charge. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the way that was. So we went to the field. Before we went to the field, he was always coming telling me to run the squad, run the squad, run the squad, run the squad. He doubling back, and God forgive me, but God put in my heart, he was doubling back, messing with Sergeant Harris' wife after he died. You know what I'm saying? Because that was right after Sergeant Harris died. You know what I'm saying? And I think he was doubling back and messing with Sergeant Harris' wife. The reason I think he was doing that was because one of the young fellas that was running with me asked Sergeant Harris' wife, was she cheating on